I'm going to give you a 60-second rundown on the global energy mix. Starting in North America, the US is the powerhouse. It is the world's largest oil and natural gas producer, a major exporter of refined fuels, and the largest LNG exporter. The system still runs primarily on oil for transport and gas for power and industry. Wind and solar are growing quickly, especially in Texas, California, and the Midwest. Nuclear in the US is large but flat. It provides steady baseload power, not growth. Canada is pretty different, even though it's next door. It's the fourth largest oil and gas producer. However, its electricity system is dominated by hydro, which gives it one of the cleanest grids in the world. Nuclear is only really in Ontario, and solar is really only in Alberta. It is also a major uranium supplier, which feeds the global nuclear systems. Mexico produces oil, but increasingly relies on imported US natural gas for electricity. South America is more balanced than most regions. Brazil is the anchor. It combines large hydro, strong biofuels, growing wind and solar, and offshore oil production. That makes it one of the most diversified systems in the world. Argentina is growing in shale oil and gas, but is still constrained by infrastructure. Venezuela has large oil reserves, but limited production due to sanctions. It does not produce enough oil or gas domestically, so it relies on imports. Since 2022, it replaced Russian pipeline gas with LNG from the US and gas from Norway. Wind and solar are now major contributors. France provides stability with nuclear, which is still a large share of its electricity. Germany shut down nuclear and now runs wind, solar, coal, and gas. Bioenergy also plays a meaningful role, especially in Northern Europe. Africa is resource rich, but infrastructure limited. There are major exporters like Nigeria, Angola, and Algeria. North Africa sends gas to Europe through pipelines, but many countries still struggle with electricity access and reliability. South Africa stands out as a coal-heavy system for power. Hydropower plays a role in parts of sub-Saharan Africa. Traditional biomass, wood, and charcoal is still a major energy source in many regions. Asia is the center of global energy demand. This is where most fuels end up. China dominates in scale. It is the largest consumer of coal, the largest builder of solar, wind, hydro, and nuclear, and the largest importer of oil and LNG. Its system is not one thing, it's everything all at once. Coal still anchors the system because it supports heavy industry and grid stability, even as clean energy grows rapidly. India is the next major growth engine. It relies heavily on coal, is rapidly expanding solar, and is increasingly dependent on imported oil and gas. Japan and South Korea are almost entirely import dependent. They bring in oil, LNG, and coal by ship and rely heavily on nuclear and gas for electricity. Australia and Indonesia supply the region. Australia exports large volumes of LNG and coal while building out solar and wind domestically. Australia notably has no nuclear energy. It's banned. There you have it. Quick summary of what's going on around the world in energy. Follow for more explanations of all of that.